Yes, we back, we back. All right, I'm host. Awesome. Let's record. Okay, another episode of Things I Wish I Knew About Money. I'm your host, Camille Smith.
And I'm your co-host, your boy Dre. What's poppin'?
Yo, Dre, it's been a minute since
I
I've seen you.
know,
It's been a
right?
minute. Oh my gosh.
You're gone,
I
left
was
me.
saying that no sir. I was saying when I did the solo one, no one come check me. They're all here for you, you know.
I like that,
They're all
man.
here for you.
They're here
And then
for both of us.
for both of us, of course, of course. And also what happened, I was told that I shouldn't be boosting about like what I'm gonna be making or getting with my mom's estate. But let me tell y'all, I am not going to be wealthy, rich, you know? I'm gonna be content with everything that I'm getting. So no one come try to bribe me or anything, please.
Listen, it's just a
And
little chum change I get.
yeah, you know.
Better than nothing.
And when right? And what you been up to?
Uh,
I wanna promote something
one
big.
one 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 cocoa full basket.
They
Soon, in due time. In due time, we'll tell the peeps them what go on.
right?
Yeah, in
Right?
due time, you know.
You know what? Yeah. We'll wait. Because when I acknowledged this, I was very excited and I wanted to they need to hear it. Or they need to see it, hear it, whatever, you know?
See it, hear it, feel it,
So
know it, be a part of it, you know, whatever the case is.
exactly. Yeah, but it's been I know the listeners and the viewers missed us last week. There was a lot of complications
Yeah.
that we couldn't make it. Basically, we had a much needed break. And it's funny because it actually relates with what we're talking about today, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Work-life
Perfect timing.
balance. Perfect timing. Like, as much as I love fitness and things I wish I knew about money and flip and floss, there's just some days that, you know, you have to take a break. And I decided to take a
Yep.
break last week. It was much needed and it was lovely. So
Yep.
anyone that was trying to get a hold of me, I literally took a break for like a week. The only way you could have messaged me or whatever was WhatsApp. And if you didn't, you didn't. And if you did, then you know what's up.
And you're back in the house now, all energized and ready to take it to the people and all these things, eh?
You know? Oh
That is good.
man. So
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's quite fitting for the what we're gonna talk about today, all work and no play, you know, make me and you go crazy. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it make other people
crazy.
go crazy because it's really hard to find that balance. And you know, like sometimes I feel like social media and other things just exacerbate kind of like how hard and we work and the things, the amount of things we take on and all of them things there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we live in a side hustle kind of world now where most people they have a day job or they have 2 day jobs and they still have a side hustle. I don't know if it's because
Mm-hmm.
side hustle is just cool to have to say, yo, me have a side hustle. Because
Yeah.
like in 2020, most people go to what's school and what's trending. So, but it's easy to get caught up in on either side, either all work and no play,
Yeah.
or no balance, or no work and just all play. So where do you find that balance? Because there's two sides to the equation, you know what I mean? Hmm. So,
With that, so I would say, because I know you have a day job and the side hustle and stuff, and I'm a little
mm,
different. I just have this, you know? So it's crazy when you put in a lot of work, because you know, as like
mm,
self-employed, you have to, for you have to put in the hours to get
right,
what's worth it, unless you have a proper system that
right.
we always talk about, a
Yeah,
system.
that's working for
So
you.
once you get that system, exactly, once you get that system in play, you can actually have fun and stuff, right? So I think what, June? Oh my gosh. June was the craziest time for me because I managed to actually work with businesses.
Right,
Self-employed taxes is different from like corporate taxes, so you have to get it done a certain time.
right, right.
During when I say I work, endless hours. People were trying to get a hold of me, and I was like, I am too busy to have a conversation.
Right.
Don't call me. I just need this time just to do it. I'll talk to you after, or just message me. Don't call me.
Hmm.
I'll look at the message and then quick. But when
That,
I'm
yeah.
focused, I'm really focused. But I'm trying to find the balance. Like I said, I think we mentioned it, like Father's Day special, like being like me spending time with my family and you spending time with your family is very important. And you just gotta find a way, even if you say, hey, I'm very busy, like with work, at least like for the
Hmm.
an hour a day, I'll spend time with you, whether it's breakfast, lunch,
Right.
dinner, whatever, right? And I'm from what I know, my dad is very understanding, so he understands that. He's like, okay, she gives me the dinners or breakfast, so I can allow her during the time. But him still bump into me sometimes. I'm like, oh, can I trouble you? When it comes to friends, because of everything that's happening, it's a little more trickier because I still have a small circle of people that I
Right,
see.
right.
Um, but I mean, I have a backyard. I have a backyard. If you really want to come check me, then you know where I'm at.
Just
I'm
bring it.
outside in the
Just bring
backyard.
it. Just make sure you bring some alcohol and something to put on the
Yeah,
grill
some
and
food.
yep. Make sure
Exactly.
you bring stuff
Whether
to
it's
put on the grill.
veggies, right? Veggies and all that good stuff and things. And what
Yeah,
about
and
you? How do you find it?
I mean for me like it's something that I struggle with to be honest because I mean I wouldn't say I would probably classify it as a workaholic because sometimes and the reason why I wouldn't say that because I feel like as a workaholic is sometimes you're just like doing a bunch of stuff without any ultimate purpose in mind. So I feel like that purpose
True.
piece can be missing from a workaholic. I feel like I'm a overachiever though. Like I constantly like to be challenged, and like even for me, I
Yes.
started a new position at my workplace that's exciting and challenging, and it's around
Eh,
customer experience. And for me,
nice.
this is perfect for me this job because
Mhm.
I've always loved customer experience. I've loved customer service. I'm really big on providing good customer service. So that kind of just ties into what I believe in and, like working on a bunch of cool projects and stuff like that. That literally took all my time throughout the workday.
Yeah.
But then in June, just like you said, I was working with a couple organizations, like to meet this deadline for some funding for some federal grant and whatever. So and then
Yes.
balancing some stuff out with flip and floss and my evenings were pretty crazy. We still had team meetings, we still had meetings with developers and all the crazy stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like it's a constant thing, it never ends. And
But
then you have to balance that
wait
with
a
family
minute.
time.
Wait a minute. We didn't even talk about your 1 year anniversary. Well, hold on, hold
right?
on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, see how the music is. Hey, hold on, do it again, do it again.
Yeah,
I
no, even
was
that too,
there.
like just yeah, we celebrated our 1 year in operations as a structured
Corporate.
business.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
so I mean, we were incorporated August the 6th, but we literally started off with a business framework in June. We had the celebration in July. But
Yeah.
prior to that, the idea of Flip and Floss came about in 2017, and we've been doing stuff there, but it was just a project, a side piece. And now
Yeah.
our goal is to make it bigger and to make it global and all of these things. So we celebrate that 1 year milestone, and we've accomplished so much over the past year, with the help of Camille and the people on my team and so many other people who believe in that vision. Yeah, so that was super exciting.
And there's
Again,
more
that
to come.
and more to come, exactly. And so right now we are, like working with some key stakeholders and whatnot to again take this to the next level. So I think, especially for me, the part that I try to balance it with, so there's two other parts that I struggle with balancing work life with. Well, three. There's the time
Mm.
for myself. And when I say myself, like sometimes I fall behind on personal care stuff like, fingernails. Like mind you, my fingernails are never dirty. They're always clipped on whatever, but like you go into the salon and like, not doing it myself, a spa day, a facial, a massage or whatever. Sometime where I can
Mm.
relax and spend some time with myself. So I miss out on a lot of those because I'm constantly at it. I miss out on family time
True.
sometimes, not all the time. The good thing is that with the work from
Mm.
home and whatnot, we have a lot more family time, and so we are around each other
Bonding.
more often.
That's
Prior to that, it was a lot harder, right? But
yeah.
like uninterrupted family time. So even though like I'm spending time around family, like there's constantly things popping up in between those moments. So there's the constant interruption. So trying to find that balance so that you're not interrupting. And there's honestly like there's just so many hours in the day. There's so much you can achieve in any given day, right? And then the other
True.
piece is with friends, right? Here's the part with my friends that's crazy. Like I'll spend time with my friends, but I'll tell you this probably like
Yeah.
8 or 9 times out of 10 me drop asleep on them. Like I'll be there like chilling with them and like everybody have a good time, and by 10 o'clock come, that me zone
Oh
out.
gosh.
10, 11
Yes.
o'clock. So it's
Dre
like
is like.
that balance is super important. It's like how do you strike that balance, isn't it? So
Hmm. Honestly, um, you're better than me because I see most times you do hang out with friends and stuff. So you're way better than me. Whether you're going to sleep at 10, me, I'll just be like, oh, just video call me. It's okay, or voice note me.
yeah.
Um, but the me time, yes, 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 yes. That is one thing I'm trying to learn, and
Right.
it's hard. It's so hard. But it's like my me time is like winding down with like a book. I have a new book that I'm reading, which is really nice. And
Mhm.
then I get distracted with like I'll say it is a distraction. It just, eases my
Yeah.
mind. Um a game on my phone. Like the whole week last week, my friends are like, "Are you really just playing this game?" I'm like, "No, I'm paying attention to what's
Right.
happening, but I'm trying to get these points. Trying to get these points on this game." But yeah, self-care. Self-care. That's going to be the newest new challenge, I would say, but
Mhm.
not a real challenge that I'm gonna try to do. Especially because everything's open now. It's
Right.
stage 3. We're in stage 3 now. Um, my gym already took out money. Didn't even start yet, and I'm take out money.
Mhm. I lie. I
But
paid for mine for the entire year. So, and I haven't worked since I
oh
made the payment. I
shucks.
think I worked out once, then it closed down. So
Oh,
yeah, I think I should be good
I
on
don't know
that.
which one hurts the most. I don't know what hurts most, like paying for the whole year and then you
Well,
can't
I mean,
get refund. Like,
I save big time by paying for the year because I get a discount through work, so I only pay something like $400 or $500 for the
good,
year.
must be good life.
Yeah,
Yeah, must be good life. Yeah, of course.
yeah. Whereas if I
But
was
like,
making
I'm
bi-weekly
actually
payment,
cheap.
I'd probably pay like close to $900 for the year.
Mm. Tip number one, folks. Tip number one. If you can afford it, try to get the whole year subscription because or membership because it is cheaper and things,
Yeah.
right? Um, oh man, so what kind of tips? Well, I did find some tips that we can use or provide folks. Is the 5 tips? There's two, so I'm gonna give you the 5, and then after we'll talk about the 20 tips. So 5 tips for a better life, work-life balance is
Hmm.
examine your situation. Think about what your most important values are and how you want to spend your time.
Right.
That's a good one. Number 2, manage other people's expectations. Number 3,
Hold on, I think that's
take
a big
care of
one.
your
So before you go
health.
on to the one, that's a really big one, because it's something that
Yes.
like I have been working on too, because honestly, like I think the more you put yourself out there, the more expectations people are gonna have. Some of them are bizarre, and like you have to set them boundaries early. Anyways, I don't know if you remember
The
one time I
boundaries.
posted on my status that some people like I think something about people like overstepping their boundaries, and I ended a
Yes.
friendship because of that. So yeah, yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
that one is huge. Yeah, you can continue. I just
True.
wanted to highlight
Very,
that.
very true. Yes. No worries. Take care of your health. This is an important one, right?
Yeah,
Especially a time like this. Even though we're cheese about our gym,
right.
but it's okay. We still go for walks and things, right? Ooh, this one. Learn to say no. How do you say no?
Just say no.
that one's a tricky one. That's a tricky one for me. And also plan fun activities for your personal time. That's a good one. That's a good one, especially in the weather's all right today. Well, not this morning because it was pouring,
Yeah,
but I think it's cooled off now. But yeah, plan a fun activity, whether it's like skipping or going for a jog or having a nice cold drink outside or something,
hmm,
um, or food or having a nice healthy meal.
right, exactly. Anything.
um, yeah, that you have fun, or even reading a book and listening by like the beach or something, right? Or lake,
Right,
because I know we all aren't fortunate enough to go to a beach, right? But we at least have like a little lake that we can enjoy and
right.
stuff.
And I mean,
And I know that
like,
number 2 is very nice.
yeah, it is. But it's like it goes back like for me, like I'm like, how do I achieve that? Because it goes back to like that time factor for me. It's like, okay, I work 36 hours in my day job, and then I probably put in another like 40 to
Hmm.
50 hours in my side hustle. So you look at that, that's like an 80 hour,
Yeah, a week,
80 something hour
a
a
week,
week, right?
a week.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, me still fitting family time at that time, whatnot. So, how much hours we have in a one week, by the way? Because right
Yeah.
now, it come let me have more hours than everybody.
Jeez, hold on. We should know this answer, right? But I mean, sometimes
Oh, that's
our time
24.
our
24 is not day. It's just
yeah,
7 times 24.
168.
All right.
Yeah,
And 80 of them go toward
168.
80 of them go toward
Whew, half of it. Half
work
of it's
and
gone to
career,
working.
all of that career stuff. No, that's a what? That's about
Jeez.
60%. Holy crap. I'm gonna die young.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Knock on wood. Um, let's see. So the last month, I kid you not, I was probably doing 60 hours or more. 60 or 70 hours on like one project. Or even in a week. There was a weekend I just did like it was nonstop. I swear I did an all-nighter one day.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets tricky, especially when you have more clients and stuff.
Right.
But I think the best part is you have a one day that you're doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think I want to say Friday or Sunday is that day where I
Right.
don't do much. So I just it's like a lazy day. Like I put this out on Sunday and I just relax, and or I'll do like content and stuff. I need to do that more often. I know I'm gonna get talking about that soon, but I think keeping a schedule is the best
Right.
bet, because if you have a schedule, you know, like, okay, this day I'm supposed to do this, that, and and once that time is up, then
Mm-hmm.
boom, you're going on to a new thing. Or I know you love waking up early, so there's times when you can, like, meditate, work out and stuff, and you'll feel more refreshed. I know you've been walking. How are the walks when you do them? You feel nice? You feel good?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like
Or you feel
walking
stressful?
at I haven't been jogging much lately, but walking and jogging is definitely a thing for me. It makes a big difference. Actually, working out in general.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that's probably partly why this past year has been so stressful for me, because the gym was kind of like my
Mm-hmm.
sanctuary. It's a place where I go, where I relax, I unwind, I work out, I take my mind off things, and
Yeah.
haven't
Put
been
them
able to do that
tunes.
for over 12 months. All right. So that's been
Ugh.
really, really, really
Yeah.
stressful. So I think, getting back to that. And, like, I mean, this is somewhat
Mm-hmm.
off topic, but I just feel like um, there was just too much focus on the pandemic, while I feel like people got destroyed in other areas, especially around mental health, right? I feel like the government
True.
did
True.
absolutely nothing in that area, right? And it's disingenuous, because I just feel like everybody's just running with what is trending, right? And I think what
Mm-hmm.
was trending at the moment was, or still is pandemic. And to this date,
Yes.
right, the government is being draconian at the border, while people are still suffering from, mental health challenges. Why aren't we talking about that? Why aren't we doing more? Why aren't we addressing that? But anyways, like I said, I don't want to go off on that
Yeah.
topic, but it's
Or
still
just
a
or
really
just try to
important
be
topic.
more active. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's true, because that's part of the work-life balance, right? If you're not
Mhm.
mentally balanced to in your life, how are you going to be balanced with your work too, right?
Right.
It comes play to play. Like, but honestly, I don't even know how I can do it.
I
I
see.
think the work helps keep me sane, at
Right,
a
right.
time. That's one thing about it. And yes, you're right. With the pandemic, a lot of people like focused on that and just like, I'm not gonna say gave it as an excuse not to do things, but was the fear.
Yeah.
Fear came into their hearts and stuff. And when fear comes into your heart or your mind and stuff, bad things happen.
True.
Right? But
Mm.
I mean, I want to give other tips, because I feel like these other tips will actually keep folks focused. And I think everyone take out your pen and paper, because these ones you won't be
Mm.
sad about them, right? So let's see. 20 tips. Oh, it changed right when I clicked it. Hold on. Play to your strengths. Ooh, hold on. This one I need to hear. Don't try and be all things to all people. Mm, mm,
Yep.
mm. Focus on your
Definitely.
strengths and outsource to others.
Also,
Right? Damn, that was the first one.
and it's funny because I was thinking about something that kind of aligns with that. which is manage
Mhm.
perception. Right. So we talk about manage expectations, but I feel like there's a piece of managing perception that aligns with that. Well, maybe or maybe not, but I think, like for example, I've been in a lot of situations where people think I'm just a superhuman person, right? Because I hardly show vulnerability. You don't really see me
Mhm.
out there like, like majority of the time you're gonna think my everything is good with me,
Yeah.
right? And that's the hard part because you can't fault other people if you come across as like your life is perfect and golden. So I would say
True.
something around managing perception and like you don't have to put it out there in the public, but also like let the people within your close circle probably know that when you're
Your
not
loved one,
okay.
your
Right.
close. True. True. And even like, and I think we say this all the time, check on your strong friends because
Yeah.
most likely they are going to do some things. Especially like what the other day, one of my friends mentioned like just like, oh, how's so and so? And I was like, you know what? They haven't come check me in a minute. Hold on, let me like check on them. So I was able to do that just to make things just to, I like to check on folks, especially who check on me. So always,
Yeah.
once in a while. Well, I try, and I'm not gonna say once in a while. I'm trying my best to do better, right? Um,
Mhm.
schedule your time. So
Yeah.
there's two types of times that you would want things to happen: urgent and important. Important but not urgent.
Right.
Urgent but not important. Neither urgent nor important. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're able to know those, like if you have a to-do list and you have, I think everyone has a to-do list on their phones, and then you just put, a different color for the things that are important or which aren't important, then you'll be able to figure out things. Know your peaks and thorough. Are you a morning person? If you are, assign tough morning person like Andre tough and high concentration tasks to the mornings.
Mhm.
Or if you're a person like myself that likes to, sleep in a little bit. But I need to start waking up early. I'm missing out on some sick things when I'm
Mhm.
sleeping a little late. And late is like 9 o'clock. So
Oh yeah, that's
don't
mad late
judge.
for me. Them time I'm done do everything I need for the day, probably even for the week. I'm gonna throw in
Okay.
one again from my personal
Yeah.
experiences. I'd say have a routine. So I mean, some people say routine is boring, or you can
Mhm.
call it routine framework or whatever you want to call it. But I think having a routine is really helpful in terms of balancing things. And so that's probably why perhaps people will see me on a day to day and feel like I'm superhuman or I get so much done is because I literally have a routine where I get up at a certain time, I grab a coffee, I think, and actually, this is something I posted on my status recently that I actually dedicate
Nice.
portions of my day to thinking. And people say, "Oh, but I feel like everybody think, right? We all think, yeah, throughout the day, yes." But when I'm talking about
Mhm.
thinking, I'm thinking about having healthy conversations with yourself and foresight. Looking into the future. So I like to talk about foresight and backsight. So foresight, by the way, that's not like
Mhm.
backside of it. Anyways, backsight. Let me make sure I clarify.
You know what? I kind of heard it, but I was like, no, 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 no.
Hey, your backside. Anyways, so
Or
foresight is
positive
where
affirmations, right?
exactly. So foresight is
Mhm.
where you go into the future, you investigate,
Yes.
and you kind of, develop your own understanding of like, yeah, precisely. And then the backside now is like you need to figure out like what specific actions you need to take to get to that future state.
True.
So I actually do that with myself, and I actually dedicate not only to that type of thinking, but also
Yeah.
relaxation and whatnot. And I dedicate portions of my day to that. So because I have this framework
Sweet.
and or this routine that works for me, I mean,
Mhm.
there are periods of stress that pops up. Some of them are beyond my control, some are within my control.
Mhm.
Some are because of the actions that I've taken, and then some are because of
Mhm.
actions that other people took that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
But having that routine about how you go about your daily, lives, and also how you respond to stressors. I feel like that will kind of help in terms of balancing, life
Knowing your
and yeah,
triggers.
precisely.
Yeah, knowing your triggers. That's not even like on this tip, but I think it's best that, from our experiences,
Yeah.
knowing our triggers. I mean, but at the same time, every day is different. We're forever growing or evolving. And some triggers are different. I had a trigger on Monday. I think Mondays is my trigger these days. And also I seen something that reminded me of my mom, and I just did, and I was like, "Ugh, be tough, be tough." But it's okay to, plot some personal time. And that's the next tip. Plot some personal time is the next one, where you're just, and that could be like if you are feeling stressed or triggered, take that time to what's the word? Embrace it, and
Right.
then go back for the rest of the day, right?
Yeah.
You can't
100%.
be lingering in the darkness for long,
Right.
right? Next one, have set work hours and stick to them.
Oh. No, I mean that is
What is your
important.
work hours? Actually, yeah, what's your work hours? Let's hear yours, and then I'll say mine.
So me start my day job 7:30.
Mm,
So I say 7:30 to, I'd probably say like 9:10. But
yeah.
I don't. So here, even though I'll be working up to 10 sometimes, I don't actually I don't like to interact with people beyond 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'll still be there working on
Okay.
projects for my
Yes.
business and background stuff. But I stop interacting with people 8 o'clock,
8 p.m.
8 p.m.,
That is.
which is late, but maybe I work.
Yay!
So I guess by
Yeah.
the time me start my side hustle hours, it's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
what it is.
Um. Okay. So, I'm gonna say my work hours is, my game plan is to wake up by 9:15. I'm addicted to the stock market, so I like to look at the market at the same time because I'm learning how to do
Right.
futures, which I mentioned.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
that's
look at the
right.
futures while I work. So I have two monitors. Yo,
Yeah.
bless up. I
So you're
have
gonna
two
have to start
monitors.
teaching us about futures soon, eh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Soon time. Oh man. So I have the
Right.
two monitors and I have the laptop. So I
The
look at
futures
the
queen.
laptop for the future.
Mm,
And then I do my work, because two monitors is like a bookkeeper's, or like anyone that's doing numbers or Excel. It's heaven. It's literally heaven
yeah.
having it, right? Because it makes you go faster, right? Um, geez. And then like from 9 to 12, I want to like work, and then I have a little break to like hang with my dad. And then I'm like, all right, boom. Then from 1 to 4, I do another exercise, take another break, do whatever. Oh, by 7 or 8, I have to take another break to go for a walk, because the weather is like still nice. And I'll say, depending on if it's a project or if I'm just tired, by 9 or 10, I'm done, right? So I have long hours too. There are days where I just keep going until like 1 o'clock, but that's depending on what's happening, right? So, okay, let's try this
And
one.
actually, I wanna
Fine.
throw this out
Yeah.
here. Sorry. About
Yeah.
the American Exchange blueprint funding for Black businesses. So,
Oh,
if you
yes,
have a
yes,
Black
yes.
business, the deadline I
Mm-hmm.
believe is July the 26th. But if you're a Black business owner or founder, the
Mm-hmm.
American Exchange I think it's you can AMEX, you can Google AMEX Blueprint Funding for Black Businesses. It's
Yes.
$10,000 grant. So that's a good amount. So the deadline is July 26th.
What?
Make sure you apply. If you have a business idea, if you have a business, look at it, see if you're eligible and apply. All right. Don't want to miss out on that 10 grand, and they have a 15-week
Right?
mentorship program that comes with it. So that is an incredible opportunity.
Big up yourself for that a little what is it? Sponsor?
Right? Me have to knock on American Exchange door and say, hey, by the way,
Come true.
when advertising money there.
Exactly. And I think, okay, so let me just go through the other ones real quick. So find time for your finances. Very true. I try my best once a week or twice a month. I go through my budget. Jeez, the one time I did it like the end of the month and 2 months was disappeared. I was like, no. So I just spent like my whole day, but it was fun. I like that. See, that's my personal time that I like to do is my budget. Is that weird?
Yeah.
That odd?
That's so nerdy.
That's what I like to do. I'm like, Camille, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just doing my budget. You know, I like to see how the numbers are and stuff.
Oh yeah, what so as you're talking about doing, you like to see what the numbers are.
Yeah.
I remember this cheesy ass accounting joke that I usually ask in my class.
Which one?
That I think it's something like why do celebrities why accountants like celebrities?
Why?
Because they love a good figure.
You know those jokes? You know the joke is corny when you start laughing.
I know, right? Exactly.
But I love it. Oh man. It's all about the figures, yo.
It's all about the figures for the accountants.
Also, manage your time long term. Ooh, Excel sheets. Excel sheets are life. Yo, they save time and everything. Make your workspace work for you. I would manage to do that, even if it comes to like a comfortable chair or the different type of keyboards, or even if you want to get one of those laptop stands. I thought I would like one of those, but I need a chair at the end of the day. I still need a chair. Like,
it's good to go in between, you know, like stand, sit.
Exactly. Tap into technology instead of driving to a meeting. Use Skype, Zoom, GoToMeeting. Those, I think that's the one thing I love about this pandemic is that remember back in the day when we would wake up early and literally we didn't have to drive anywhere. We literally just turn on the coffee machine, open up the computer, and like, all right, we're here, instead of like rushing, like commuting like half an hour or so. So that's one thing I love. Make exercise a must do.
Yep.
I walk though. My weights are like crying to me. They're like, walk on, but I'm just like, I'm walking. Let me walk first. Let me build some fuel into this body so I can pump some iron, you know? Take time to make time. Invest in time tracking tools. Oh, actually, yes. QuickBooks has a time tracking. So I try to use it as much as possible so I know how my time is going towards like different clients. So that's a good one. It's just remembering to press clock in, clock out.
Right.
That's the one.
As long as I can remember that, you're good.
Right? Know and nurture your network, like us.
Yep.
No matter what, even though we haven't, right? Even though we haven't seen each other, 2 weeks? We still check in on each other. You know, that's my brother.
Definitely.
Right? And then, your network, always check on your people, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
With their business.
Don't let your people go.
Loved ones. Exactly. Right? Do what you love. Do what you love.
I want to love no,
Because
I'm not even know.
I like numbers. I like numbers. If I
Yeah, me too.
mean,
Well,
you you wouldn't see for a certain, for the most part, or teaching in a sense, right? So
yeah.
like when I did ESL, it was cool, but the way I like teaching like about finance is way better, right?
Mm.
And be realistic. Be realistic. Oh, you're gonna like this, the second last one or the last one that I see. Step out. Working for yourself can get lonely, so schedule some phone calls or coffee time with a like minded business owner to discuss ideas and offer each other support. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a
That,
good one.
because you always, when you have an idea
Right.
and you don't know how to like put it down on paper or something, so you speak to someone else and you're like, yeah, I have this idea to do that. And they actually like, oh yeah, boom, 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 give you a list. You're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yes, yes. So have business like folks around you. That's very important because they will help you evolve into a different person, right?
100.
You always want to be, you don't want to be, I hate this saying, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room, but it's
Yeah.
okay to be the smartest person in the room too, because sometimes you give that another person encouragement and gives you
Right.
another idea as well, right? Um, I don't know about this one. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Get a business coach. Whew.
I mean, I think I have business coach. I wouldn't necessarily call them business coach, but I think I have. There's several people that looks out for my several people that look out for my best interests.
Yeah.
And I feel like what I do is like I create different buckets of people. So
Mm-hmm.
or SMEs, SMEs, subject matter
Yeah.
expert. So if I want something marketing, I know who to connect with. If
Where to
I,
go?
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like
Definitely.
I have that. Yeah, for sure.
True. True. Meet clients halfway, literally. Don't always agree to meet a client at their office. Instead of, mm-hmm. Like I said, whoever lives
Yeah.
in Brampton, whoever lives in Brampton, most people have to meet me halfway,
I meet a
straight.
Yorkdale.
Yes,
I
yes,
feel like it's
Yorkdale.
just so automatic that people estimate Yorkdale to be the halfway meeting point. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. Somebody
It's
coming
true.
from Pickering, they're like, and you're in Brampton, and you're like, oh, you want to meet halfway? I said, sure. All right, meet me at Yorkdale. Somebody coming from
I
Scarborough,
don't know
and
why.
they're like, yo, you want to meet halfway?
Yeah,
Meet me at Yorkdale, even if you're coming from Brampton. And I'm like, how is that Yorkdale always halfway?
it's so true. I don't, and you know what? I think it isn't technically. I think it takes Brampton, and I'm just estimating because I don't go there often. From Brampton to Yorkdale, it's like 30-35 minutes. From like Scarborough to Yorkdale, it's like 20-25 minutes, depending on how you drive, you know? If you're Speedy Gonzalez like myself, but yes, that's a good idea. Or even meeting on Zoom with your
Zoom,
client.
yeah.
Like
Zoom is
the amount
probably
of times I'm like, pandemic, Zoom, right? Another one is manage your mind. When fear or self-doubt or anxiety creeps up or creeps in, do some work on your mental health as meditation or reading a business book. Honestly, this book I'm reading, the Tony Robinson book, yo, fire. And that's a good fire. Take a break. Take a break. Ooh, and the one that we can both contest to, have that holiday. Make time for a holiday, book in breaks, at least quarterly.
yeah.
I did take a break this week. I was out of town. I'll say I'm out of town. I ain't gonna say where I was because as far as you know, I'm in my house.
Storybrooke.
um,
You're in Storybrooke.
I
If you
sorry?
watch Once Upon a Time, the Disney movie called Once Upon a Time, you'll know where
Exactly.
Storybrooke is.
Exactly. I think, especially if you work hard like we do, it only makes sense that we should take time to, go on vacation. And because of how we work remotely, I feel like after this experience that I can do it more often, and just, like, as long as I have internet and as long as whatever I need is scanned onto my external hard drive, I'm good to go. And people can message me, email me, or whatnot, right? So I think I'm gonna do it more often. Save up the money, and then boom, go somewhere, take a break, still bring the laptop and like work a little because I like staying,
Yeah,
up to date and things.
makes
But
sense.
what about you? I know you love holidays, eh?
Oh yeah, for me, I mean, every day is holiday for me. Like I'm always, I mean, as much as I work hard, I chill hard.
Yeah.
I think I love to chill, just
Hmm.
just like you said, like I feel like I hang around with like friends and stuff all the time, like doing barbecue or whatever. Going by my sister.
Yeah,
Um,
nice,
sister
true.
sister has a restaurant, so she's always cooking. So I just go there, go chill and
Re,
eat some food, and
and
So yeah,
that's
when it
that's
comes time to traveling and having a good time, I'm down for that.
that's what's up. That's why more folks, well, safely travel. Take a break, even if it's a road trip, even if it's
Yeah,
another part of Canada. By all means, do it. Like, there's so many beautiful scenery and areas in Canada that hasn't been touched by many people. I'm gonna say 75% of us haven't been all around Canada, right? And I'll
yeah,
admit I'm one of them. I've only touched what? The Yukon. I,
yeah.
I know. How did that happen? Hey, only my parents and grandma can make me go that far up. um, where else? Where else? BC, and Quebec, and
All
Ontario.
right.
That's kind of
No, no, I'm saying
because
okay.
there's yeah, no, but I mean, I should be able to, see more, and
Right,
I
right.
will try. I'll try. Especially Nova Scotia. I heard Nova Scotia's nice and things, right?
Yeah, I
I don't
never
know.
been.
That's the first thing that popped up in my mind. Or New Brunswick. You just want to see different parts of and then you can't say you're from Toronto. You gotta say, oh, I'm from Ontario, and they won't be too mean to you. I
Right,
don't know.
right.
People think when you say you're from Toronto, people think you're like technically American. I'm like, no, but okay.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, like
Yeah, I mean, it's
I think
definitely.
overall.
Mhm.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's really important to strike that balance, between, work and life, whatever life is for you. And, them say, Jamaican love say, all work and no play make. What is somebody name? Atam or Jack, a dull boy. I don't remember the person name. You get the message.
Well, that's why we have the title, right? Oh, Bahualan. Before we wrap up. Well, let's first say, um, try to find balance as much as possible. If you need suggestions or help, by all means, contact us, message
Yeah.
us. We're willing to help, or even, suggest some other ways to do so. And it's this time of the year, or this time of this, what's going on in the world. It's cray cray, but
Right.
we have to try to find as much balance, right?
Yeah.
But me wanna give it to Dre because he's gonna give us a sneak preview of something.
Yeah, man. So we just launched the Flip and Floss tune. So
Cheers!
big tune. So I'm gonna play it for
Mm.
now. You see me?
Oh
'Cause,
gosh! Oh
Flip and
gosh!
Floss always I go on the next level, Here now. Hear the tune, yeah? God of Faith Music.
Flip, floss, money literacy boss. Flip, floss, money literacy boss. Flip, floss. Anyway, you jump. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because you're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, put up your knowledge and make it all class. Yo, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because you're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yo, put up your knowledge and make it all class. Hear me argument, listen to me statement. Flip and floss teach you about money management. From bad credit to investment. Flip and floss are the boss for the movement. So get your credit up and get your business up. Financial literacy, knowledge is a must. So let the flip boss, watch the result flash, and watch your life change. See a better cause, and you have a business or a plan, and want to make it. Yeah, flip and floss are the one thing man to fix it. Yeah, and if you want to get a manage all the credit, all the boss will come class. No doubt, every the witch. Yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss.
You hear them tuna? Money
Cheese.
literacy boss.
Yo,
Big tune,
guys,
big tune, big tune.
honestly, I wanted to from last week or so to introduce that, but obviously, you know, we were struggling. The struggle is real. So I'm glad you're able to play it. And I think going forward, that should be the outro because we are trying to do big things. We're trying to reach out to as many people as possible and just talk about, you know, personal finance. And if anyone's wondering, oh, why do you guys talk about work-life balance? Because that is part of personal finance. Without, as I said before, without your mental health or your physical health, you can't work.
Health is
without
wealth.
work, you can't have a life in a sense, right?
Yep.
In a sense. So it's only fair that once in a while we'll have different segments of different things. And I just want to big up everyone that's been listening. We have over 600 views. Jeez. Hold on. Where's the horn? We have 600 views. Oh my god. Hold on. The struggle's real. I'm so sorry, guys. And then when it comes to the listeners, the faithful listeners, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And keep coming. We're still at over 1,400. Whoa! Whoa!
Some people need to get those numbers up. Like, share, and subscribe.
I know, right? So keep listening. And if you guys have any questions on what we want to hear or to see about, because some of y'all can see us or listen, by all means. We still have a lot of things that are going on in the personal finance that we're going to talk about. And don't worry, you all heard my personal finance journey story. There's going to be one day you'll hear Andre's as well.
Yeah, man. May I gear up? It's going to be a juicy story, so I have to think it through really well.
Nice.
All right, so yeah, man, big up. Just like Camille said, thanks for listening and thanks for the love and the support. And we need enough to share, like, share, subscribe, and get the numbers up, isn't it? The more we get the numbers up, the more we get the message across.
Exactly. And I think with your song, we're gonna go by the chorus. Should we go like that, sir? Actually, I think I have the song. Hold on. Or no, you do it because it's gonna be easier for you because you have it right there.
Flip and floss, June. All right, so we just close over the flip and floss, June.
Yeah. Got off fame music. Anyway, you jump. Floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because you're working for your cause. Floss, money literacy boss. Yeah.